Hi, welcome back everyone to Chapter 1 Level Up. Today we'll be talking about social media searches. If you have joined us yesterday, and you come back today, thank you. Welcome back. If you missed yesterday's session and this is your first time watching this, well, I hope you have fun and you would enjoy the entire process, the whole journey of picking up all this fact checking skills to become a master detective. Now, just a little bit of housekeeping reminder. So, for those of you who were here yesterday, you probably know that we would advise you to have two devices on hand, or to watch this on your laptop and have two tabs open. Simply because of the fact that while you're watching this on YouTube, we'll actually be running the quiz on a different separate platform. So we'll need you to log on to a different website just to key in your quiz answer. So, but not, please don't exit the YouTube video at any point. You still have to watch the YouTube video. So, with that, I hope that clarifies and that smoothen things up. So now we're ready to start our lesson. So first off, we showed you yesterday how to use Google search operators to search for content online, including searching for social media posts. Now today we'll look at specific search functions for different social media platforms. We will focus mainly on Facebook and Twitter simply because these two platforms have a more robust search function as compared to others. Well, TikTok and Instagram, unfortunately, I'm sure if you're well aware, if you're very familiar with the app, they have very limited search options. And we have to rely on either using the Google search operators to find content from TikTok and Instagram, or using the app's native search function, which we know that is only limited to, say, narrowing down by keywords, simple keywords, location tagging, or hashtags. Now, first, we'll look at Twitter. As you're aware, each social media platform has its own group of audience. While Gen Z, like yourself, obviously would prefer using TikTok or Insta Story, there is still this wide group of people out there who would turn to Twitter to disseminate information or even read news. So, this also means that there is a great potential for false information to be shared as well. Now, part of the duty of fact checking detectives is to search and monitor content circulating on social media in order to pick up claims that are going viral and make sure any dubious claim that are going around is quickly fact checked to determine its veracity. And just like Google, Twitter has its own advanced search page, but it's not that obvious and easy to find. However, once you discover this page, it is incredibly useful and powerful to find any source of information that you want, or even to monitor tweets that are going viral. So here's how you do it. And please note that in order to search for the advanced search page on Twitter, you would need to do this on the web browser on your laptop. So here's how it goes. When you open your Twitter account on the laptop web browser, you will notice instinctively there is a search bar on the top right. And on so you can key in anything on tab and hit enter, even if it's just an alphabet like A, and then you hit enter. And now you can see that there is this advanced search option appearing on the right hand side. And so then I can click on it, which brings me to a page that looks very similar to Google's advanced search page. So I can search by keywords here. I can even search by an exact phrase. Here, then, I can even choose to use vaccine as my keyword, for example. And then I can then scroll down to see what are the options. I can even filter by hashtags if I want to, or filter by language. And there's this very interesting function that's only available on Twitter, and that is called engagement. Now, with engagement, you can find tweets that are going viral, which is very, very handy. So here I key in a minimum of 10,000 likes. And next, I can even choose to narrow down by time frame. And in this case, I would then select to have it narrowed down to the 1st of September last year to say the 15th of September last year. And so then I have vaccine as my keyword, my engagement with 10,000 likes minimum, and between 1st to 15th September last year. And once I hit search, I'll be able to see all the tweets that were posted in that duration, in that time frame, that also contain the keyword vaccine that had more than 10,000 likes. So basically, this is a very neat trick, right? For you to be able to filter and sort out and look for content on Twitter. Now, you can also bookmark the page link below that's shown on screen here that goes directly to the advanced search page. So if you're using your mobile phone and you're using, say, your Chrome app to surf for content on Google, then I would suggest that you bookmark this page and you just need to copy paste this URL and open it directly on your mobile phone, and you'll be able to also see that same advanced search page and search for content there. And so then next up is that we'll look at how do you efficiently search for content on Facebook. Now you gotta understand that Facebook is different. If you played around with searching for things on Facebook, you will notice that it doesn't have that micro detail level of searchability that you see on Twitter. But it doesn't mean that you can't do anything. You can still search for content. Now, here's how you can actually search for things on Facebook. First, you will notice that there is that native search bar on Facebook app, which we all know. And here I would use the keyword earthquake. And you will see tabs on top as well that says all, posts, people, groups, photos, and so forth, right? So after tapping on posts, I can now see this filter button has appeared, right? And on the top right corner. And tapping on it shows me the options to filter by date posted, tag location, two things which I think are incredibly helpful for investigators. Now, when I tap on date posted, however, I find that I can only narrow down post by year, not a specific month or date. So I can also select recent posts if I want to see in real time posts that contain the keyword I search for. But I can also select posts from if I wish to narrow it down to someone that I know or a group or a page that I follow. I can also search by location. Now, these are the key things that every master detective should be aware of when it comes to false information. Is that most of the time, all this fake content involves visual. So being able to search and monitor visual content is crucial. Now here I selected the videos tab, and there is also a filter button that appears on the top corner. Now the filter allows me to sort by relevance and or most recent. And then the next is filtering the date, and the options is are either any date, today, this week, or this month. So again, it's not the best because I can't sort by a specific date or a specific month, right? But I have no other choice. And so if I want to rely on the native Facebook app, this is basically the best that I can actually use. Previously, we talked about having, using Google search operators to find public Facebook groups and pages. On a native Facebook app, you will notice that you can also search within a group or a page. So say, for example, I looked up a page or a group, I would be able to find there is a search button within the page or group itself to look for content. For Facebook pages, you will need to then, first tap on the three little dots and search and select search page. Then type in your keyword. You will notice that not all the results are posted by the page owner itself. So, for example, when I look for the word vaccine, keyword vaccine in Barack Obama's page, I noticed that other people who posted but tag that page, those will also appear on your results. Now, again, here you can also tap on the filters button to narrow down by, say, date posted or tag location. And as mentioned before, in the native Facebook app, the date posted filter only shows the year. Now, we want to reiterate that you should take the results you get from the native Facebook search with a pinch of salt, right? It can be helpful, but not always definitive. So we will advise you to combine your knowledge with other skill sets that you will learn throughout this entire chapter 1. So what do we do if you're unable to find content that we want from native Facebook search? We can turn to third-party tools like who posted what. So bear in mind, this tool is has its own flaws. Given that at times it does provide inconsistent results, which is not the best. I wish I could show you a perfect tool, but there isn't one. However, we find that who posted what is still helpful, and if we were to search for content that were posted on a specific date or month, which we cannot do in the native Facebook app. So just a note, you will need to log on to your Facebook account on either your laptop or your mobile Chrome or search app, because who posted what will show you results by redirecting you to your Facebook account. So here you can see that there is the option to search by keyword for a specific date or month or even year, right? And you can even search for keywords by a time range as well. Now here we try to search for the keyword vaccine again, and then narrow it down to a specific date. In this case, we'll try it out. Let's see. We'll try out the word vaccine, and then we'll key in the date will be August 25th, 2021. And once we have selected our date and our keyword, and then we hit the search button, we get redirected to our Facebook account, and we will see that the posts that appear would fit our search criteria. So you give it a bit of time to load, especially if it needs to redirect to your Facebook page. But once you're there, you're able to see here now that all the posts that you're looking at, they were all published on the 25th of August, and they all contain the word vaccine. Now, so that gives you an idea of how you can search for content on Twitter and Facebook. Unfortunately for TikTok and Instagram, as I mentioned at the beginning, that you will need to rely on Google search operators. Bear in mind, these methods only work for accounts that are public. So if you're looking for posts that are private, you won't be able to find them or view them. I hope you managed to follow the steps earlier, because we will be testing you right now. So are you ready? So first, let's head on to Quizzy.com, and just like yesterday, you will need to key in the code, and you will also need to input your nickname, and it should be the same nickname that you used to register when you first signed up for this. So if you register as Batman91, then you shouldn't input your nickname here as you know Dolly 82 or something like that. So make sure that you're consistent enough to keep to the same nickname that you used during registration. And now we have about 1.5 minutes left for you to get on to Quizzy. Real quickly, key in the code, input your nickname, and we'll give you after this 3 minutes to submit your answer. So 3 minutes, it's doesn't sound like it's a lot of time, but it should be ample enough time for you to find the solution to it and be able to input an answer. Or I guess worst case scenario, just tap on any answer if you really don't know, and fingers crossed you get the right answer. So we hope that you if you forgot your nickname, I hope that you're able to find the nickname that you used to register, because we'll be using the same nickname throughout the entire chapter 1 and even down to chapter 2 as well. And if you're looking forward to keep your scores checked on the leaderboard, then you should input the same nickname throughout. So I hope you're ready. We've got about 30 seconds left and 20 seconds to go. So if you guys are wondering how well you did yesterday, then you can just head on over to our leaderboard at the link below, and then you can check out if your scores are actually tallied there. Now we've got about 10 seconds left. If you've not gone on to Quizzy, what are you waiting for? Quick, get onto it right now. Oh my gosh, it's only 5 seconds to go. Quickly, get onto Quizzy. All right. Now here is our question for today. Which of these places is not mentioned in tweets from October 1st to November 30th, 2021, using the keywords vaccine and protests that has more than 5,000 likes? So if you remember, we touched earlier something about Twitter search, and how you could use the Twitter advanced search to be able to narrow your parameters down. So out of all these four options, which of these places do you think were not mentioned in the tweets that were within that 2 months, October, November last year, with the keywords vaccine and protests? So first we have the option is Perth, Australia. Second is Valencia, Spain. Third is Bern, Switzerland, and fourth is New York City, USA. You have 2 minutes left. I see some people have very quickly keyed in their answers, but most of you are still pretty slow. So never mind. You have 2 minutes to go. I hope you're still able to find back that Twitter advanced search page. If you didn't have it bookmarked, remember the little trick of how you can actually get to the advanced search page on your laptop web browser. I hope you're able to find it. If not, hopefully you're able to Google for it and then use the search parameters available on Twitter to be able to narrow down by keywords, by time frame, and by engagement. So we have 1 minute and 20 seconds left. I see some people more people have keyed in their answers on Quizzy. But if you're wondering why can't I tap on this YouTube video, it's because you're supposed to get onto Quizzy. Go onto Quizzy and actually key it in. If you didn't get to watch this on time and you missed it, I'm very sorry. Unfortunately, you will have to then give this a pass and do it tomorrow and do the next lesson tomorrow. But those of you who managed to get onto Quizzy like quickly, just solve this and key in your answer on Quizzy, not on this. Tapping on the YouTube video is not going to do you any good. It's not going to help you key in the answer. So make sure that you do it on Quizzy. Now we have the last 30 seconds to go. Okay, I see a lot of people have keyed in, but compared to the number of you who have actually logged on, the number of people who have submitted the answers is not high enough. So guys, you have 15 seconds left. If you really don't know the answer, just tap on anything. That's like the last resort. As with any school exam, if you don't know and it's an ABC option, just tap something. So yeah, okay, we're done. Time's up. Okay, now are you curious as to how we actually get our answer earlier? So we'll present the solution to you now. So please watch carefully. Don't log out just yet. So here's how we're gonna get to find tweets that fit the parameters that we list down in the question. So if you remember, you can get to this advanced search page using the direct URL or using the neat little hack of keying in any alphabet or any number onto the search bar and hitting enter, and you see the advanced search option on your right. So and once you're on an advanced search page, you use the keywords that we mentioned, which was vaccine, protest. So these two keywords, and then we go down and we look for the engagement section, so that our parameter was 5,000 likes, and then we also had to filter it down by dates, which was 1st of October last year, and then down to ending with November 30th of last year. So once you have all these parameters filled up, then you can hit search. And after you hit search, you will see that based on the results that you get, Perth, Australia is there. So it's mentioned. And where else? We have Bern, Switzerland, that's also mentioned. And then we also have different states in the US, like Washington, New York, Switzerland is mentioned again, and then we also have like Dallas, Texas. So we have all these different areas, places mentioned, and you can see as I scroll down and I try to find the answer, I noticed that Valencia, Spain is not mentioned at all. And so out of all the four options there, Valencia is actually the answer because it is the only city that was not not in the search results. So therefore, C is your answer. Thank you. I hope you actually had fun doing this quiz, and I hope you managed to get a correct answer. If you didn't, it's okay. You can still try again tomorrow with our different topic. Now, if you want to keep tab of your progress throughout chapter one and beyond, please bookmark the website at the link shown. There is a leaderboard that will update with your scores after every single quiz. So now, if you have any questions at all, and you feel that our FAQ section was not good enough, there were questions that you have that were not answered at all in a page, then you can actually email us at this email address. So GNR verification challenge at the masterplan.com.sg. Now, our amazing team would get back to you hopefully within the next 2 to 3 working days after you submit your query. That's it for today. So I hope you had fun trying it out. I look forward to seeing you again, same time, same place on YouTube, tomorrow for our next quiz that will focus on social media timestamps. See you tomorrow.